She says that I'm delusional, but that is exactly what a negative Nancy would say to a dreamer, okay? I'm a dreamer. Hey, sorry I'm a tad bit late. I had a panic attack this morning trying to decide on my outfit for the day. Still struggling with decision paralysis? Yep. Well, we can discuss some helpful exercises for that later on. But first, how is your relationship with your sister going? Not the best. She's really upset with me just because I flaked on our dinner plans the other night. Oh, really? Just for canceling on her? Well, I kind of did it last week as well. And the week before that. I see. I mean, it's not like I intentionally make and break plans, okay? It's just that sometimes I'd rather be by myself and recharge with a relaxing bubble bath or a good train wreck show. Well, self-care is important. And honestly, it can be super exhausting being around my sister. She constantly criticizes me about how I refuse to face reality and that I live in my own little fantasy world. She calls me delusional, but that's exactly what a negative Nancy would say to a dreamer like myself. By the way, her name is Nancy, okay? So I'm not just making that up. My sister also likes to bring up my past relationships in order to prove her completely misguided opinions of me. And what are those opinions? Let's see, where should I begin? Oh, how about the utter BS assumption that I'm naive and easily taken advantage of? Is this based off of your last relationship? You mean David? Yeah. From what I understand, it sounded like he possessed a lot of narcissistic tendencies. What? No, he was not narcissistic. He wasn't. No. But the 5 guys I dated before David, yeah, they were narcissistic. And they can all rot in f***ing hell. David was just misunderstood. Really? Yeah. Which I totally get how some people might have mistaken his charisma and confidence for being an entitled, sociopathic douche rooster with an ego the size of Kim Kardashian's ass. Didn't he try to blame you for him cheating on you? Well, yeah, but honestly, it's probably my fault for not listening to my intuition from the get-go. Sounds a lot like you're still making excuses for his toxic behavior. Okay, can we just stop talking about this anymore? You're sounding a lot like my sister and my mother. Okay, well, why don't we move on to your current relationship? How are things going with Anthony? Oh, things are going great. Wonderful. Yep, I've already picked out our wedding date. Wow. But you two haven't been together that long, have you? 2.5 weeks to be exact. And you're totally certain that he's the one? Yep. More certain than the last 7 boyfriends you've had? I've never been more certain in my entire life. Okay. How has communication been between the two of you? Well, that's something we're still working on. Really? Don't get me wrong. Anthony is incredibly loyal, affectionate, and possesses so many of the qualities that my hopeless romantic heart desires. However, sometimes he can be really insensitive. Could you give me an example? Well, 2 days ago, he had the nerve to insult the top that I was wearing. What did he say? He said that orange wasn't my color. Well, orange isn't a lot of people's color, to be honest. And he was completely oblivious to the fact that he really hurt my feelings. Did you let him know that this comment hurt you? I shouldn't have to let him know when something upsets me. Okay, he should just know by the extremely subtle hints that I give and the passive-aggressive remarks I make. So in other words, he should be able to read your mind? Exactly! Is that too much to ask? I don't think so. Of course, when I did finally tell him what was wrong, I started bawling uncontrollably because he told me he was taking the dog out for a walk. Why would him walking the dog upset you? It wasn't what he said. It was how he said it. So it was his tone. Yes! Well, your feelings are definitely valid, but maybe you could take it a little easier on Anthony. Not all people possess the same sensitivity, empathic nature, and intuitive instincts that you do. I suppose you're right. You're an emotional being. More like emotional sponge. Well, yeah. And maybe you just need to work on channeling that sensitive energy a little better. I guess. Oh, excuse me a sec. Oh my God. What is it? I cannot believe Anthony would do this to me. Do what? Like, seriously? I'm about to have a heart attack, okay? Look, if you just tell me what's going on, I can help you through it. Like, how cruel could he be? What's going on? Is Anthony breaking up with you? No!
Then could you please tell me what it is?
He asked me.
He asked you what?
He asked me to decide on where we should eat for dinner tonight. He should know better. He should know better.
Okay, why don't we work on that decision paralysis we discussed earlier, okay?